We're all here. We promise. We're not late.
No, we're a minute early.
It is Tuesday.
Early.
We're a minute early. Exactly. See? Perfect. We're a minute early, and we're all in our Emperor Palpatine phase. Apparently, we've all got the hoods. So, tonight we only talk about the Broncos. I think a couple of us would agree with that.
The donkeys,
Andrew's like number one fan right there, man.
There we go. I got some folks already over in the chat. Guys, we are United Front. My name, of course, is Seth Bidoff. Joining me, we've got Jacob Terrell, the one, the only Christina, and joining us tonight as well, we've got Harry Austin from the San Antonio Fancast, a San Antonio fan, and not even honorary fourth member at this point, fourth member of the podcast. Harry, glad you can join us. We got a lot to talk to tonight going into playoff weekend. The regular season's done. Cowboys lost once again. The Blue Jays are winning currently over in the World Series.
Dude, you can't curse them like that, Seth.
I don't know why he did that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was thinking the same thing, Harry.
After that marathon of a game yesterday, holy crap. Did you guys stay up and watch that?
I fell asleep in the 15th.
You fell asleep in the 15th? I was... Yeah.
Yeah, I went 18.
18 innings.
Ooh, woof.
It was two games.
They played 2 games. Yep.
Yeah.
I did not do it.
Yeah. I stayed up. I watched the end of that. Freddie, I love you, but no. I don't want to see him retire as a Dodger. I really don't. But yeah.
But it's not Freddie's fault. From my understanding, nobody really wanted to sign him. And Braves offered 1 year less than the Dodgers. Braves offered 1 year less for the same money. It's on the break. You're not going to take a job where you get paid 1 year less.
It's the same money.
It was the same amount of money, just one less year.
Yeah, one less
year guaranteed. So you're going to sacrifice an extra $50 million.
No, that's not what he's saying, Harry.
No, it was the same deal.
If it was the same deal.
If it was 150 million over 10 years, the Dodgers or the Braves were 150 over 9.
Yeah, it was the same money, just 1 year less. Yeah, but anyway, I don't want to see him retire as a Dodger. I really don't. But that's neither here nor there. Guys, let's get into it. We'll start with Harry. Harry, we were talking to you last week, talking in our group chat and everything. You were concerned about the goals or lack thereof from San Antonio of late, and then you guys put a 5 spot up on the board this weekend.
Against El Paso.
Against El Paso.
You treated them the way they deserve, Harry. Love to see it.
It had, and they had went almost 500 minutes without a goal scored.
Wow.
They went 5 full games. And you knew when it broke, it broke. Now, we did a preview show and we said, hey, San Antonio had to score early. Now, I didn't think El Paso scoring first was going to turn it around. But yeah, when San Antonio scored, it kind of opened up the game. But I have something here for you. I'll wait. Hold on. I'll wait a little bit later here. I have something to show you guys. When we start talking about the playoffs, but I'll show something to you.
Sure. Sounds perfect. So what went right, Harry? Obviously, things have not gone well. What went right? Was it a matter of rotation? Was it just things clicking finally?
I think it clicked.
Yeah.
They had 3 set piece goals. They put the ball on the frame. They just, and part of it, El Paso probably didn't play as well. Don't get me wrong. Let's give a little bit of credit to El Paso for not showing up. But for being the last game for Toyota Field, had we known, SAFC would have made the playoffs anyways because Lexington lost. So, which was kind of a surprise to Oakland, and they lost bad to Oakland, 3-0. But so San Antonio would have been in the playoffs no matter what. But getting that 5 goals, it just changed the vibe around San Antonio. So now the question is, can they repeat it in New Mexico?
Time will tell.
Yeah, we'll certainly find that out this coming weekend. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to make the trip up here. We talked about it a little bit last week, a little bit this week in our group text, and you've got some family obligations going on, and so we'll certainly miss you being up here for
Got to earn those son-in-law points and husband points by taking the mother-in-law to a funeral. So for one of her family members, somebody that I don't know about, but she's what, 80ish.
Okay.
So then Monica's like, well, I'll do it, and then I'm like, okay, here, I'll do it, since AJ didn't have any soccer games. So as a husband, you got to score those points, because as Christina can mention, husbands go up and then husbands go down.
Amen.
Jacob can verify that as well.
Yeah, we can ask my fiance here at some point. I don't know if she would want to share her opinions on that or not, but no, we get it. We understand. Obviously, we'd love to have you up. You've been up for a couple of games in the past, and when you look at the way San Antonio's season has gone, where do you stand on them right now going into the playoffs? Like, do you feel like they're in a good spot? Do you feel like they're still trying to find things?
You can't have any confidence in San Antonio FC right now. Now, I, as a fan, and I'll be on this show, I'm probably going to talk some stuff later on, sure. But being realistic, New Mexico has to be favored. They're at home. They're in a whole lot better form, if you believe that form matters going into the playoffs. And the question is, who is the real SAFC? Is it the one that played against El Paso that had their stuff together? Or was it the one that went on the road and lost 4 games to Colorado Springs, at Tulsa, at Orange County, at Phoenix Rising, where they lost all 4 on the road? I think they averaged 2.5 shots on frame, not on target, but just, on target, not goals or anything like that. So the question is, which is the SAFC team that'll show up? So that'll be the question.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not ideal. 1 win in your past 5 heading into the playoffs. We all saw how Las Vegas got hot into last season, rode it all the way to the conference finals. We saw Rhode Island. They rode momentum all the way to the conference finals, or to the USL final, I should say. So there, I would say there is something to be said for momentum. And if it's me watching, if United had closed out the season with a handful of draws or losses, I think we would certainly be concerned going into any playoff matchup. And, Harry, and obviously we'll get into it here in a little bit, you're coming into a matchup where you've already lost to United 3 times this season. I mean,
we'll save that for the preview. We'll kind of discuss that for the preview here, because I have some numbers here for you that even go beyond just this year. But the only saving grace for anyone in the West is, I don't think anybody really believes Tulsa is a traditional powerhouse number 1 seed. The West, how it's been played out, and because from New Mexico all the way down to Orange County, it's been a crapshoot. You don't know which team's going to show up. You don't know which team's going to win. Tulsa's been the only consistent one, but Tulsa is still Tulsa. We'll see what they do in the playoffs when it actually matters.
I'd throw Sacramento in there too. They've been very up and down, unpredictable.
So I don't talk about Sacramento because I don't like Sacramento, and I don't want to say mean things.
I mean, by all means, share them, say them. I know there's gonna be some mean things here said here in just a little bit as well, but I would agree with Christina. I mean, Tulsa, while they've been the most consistent, they're not that dominant team. Now, if you look at their recent run of form, they've won 3 of their last 5, and they closed the season with a 3-0 win. So they're certainly on the right page when it comes to playoff form, and I do think that them playing Colorado here at the weekend is going to be a tough matchup, despite Colorado just losing. But I think you have to give Tulsa the edge here, because I don't see Colorado beating them.
Well, we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
We're gonna. I believe we're doing a pick 'em. So
yeah, we are certainly going to do that. But and to Sacramento, Christina's point, Jacob, we've talked about this. I mean, Sacramento I have no clue what's going on with Sacramento at any given point this season. Even right now, they've won two of their last 5, lost 2 of 5. So they've been incredibly inconsistent. And honestly, if not for what was an 86-minute goal on Wednesday, they wouldn't have that 2 seed. So, but again, it doesn't matter when you score as long as you score. You score more goals, you win. So, but yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting weekend when we get into it. Looking back at United's weekend, 2-1 win, blackout night. Daniel Bruce honored in his retirement, and I know there are thoughts on this, and I'll be the first to say, when they announced last week, I put in the group chat me being concerned about him starting, him being in the team sheet. Because if we're going into our final 2 matches and we need, there's a chance that we have that 3 seed or that 2 seed or the final match, why are we going to waste a sub?
But you didn't need it.
No, we didn't. But at the time that they announced that, Sacramento still had 2 we didn't know. Sacramento still had 2 to play. So we announced on Wednesday that Bruce is going to be in the team sheet, his final appearance, right? Now, I'm all for honoring players, and there was another team that did something similar last season. I could not remember for the life of me who did it. I remember saying something better than, because it was really weird, because it wasn't like this at the beginning of the match. It was like the 7th or 8th minute in when they did it last year. Match starts. Brucey comes out without his crutch. United gets the opening kick. They put it out of play. Now, to be fair, both teams had agreed to this. And I saw some hate from Rhode Island fans. I saw some hate from a certain journalist in Arizona. There were people that had problems with this. Now, again, I was in the press box prior to. They were doing Behind the Shield. They told the Behind the Shield folks, "Hey, here's what's going to happen tonight." So I knew prior to the match what was going to happen. This isn't like what we saw, the one we saw last year, where it was in the middle of the first half or whatever it was, where they stopped play and did a ceremony for somebody. This was opening kick, put the ball out, 7 minutes. You still play 45 plus. The teams were out there warming up, getting loose, doing drills, doing things during all of this. I know people had problems with it. Harry?
I don't like it. I didn't have a problem with him starting. I didn't have a problem with him being subbed out. But the time, the 7 minutes, and from my understanding, I wasn't there, the in-stadium experience didn't pull off how it was supposed to. To me, like I said here, I would have rather had it at halftime, rather had it at the start of the game before kickoff. Something along those lines where you're celebrating him. You can do the video production. You can have him acknowledge the fans before the kickoff, but after the kickoff and then holding the game up for 7 minutes. It's not, I'm not a fan of it. It didn't impact me anyways. I listened to the announcers and they did a nice little, promo and hype on Bruce. And he's earned it. Don't get me wrong. He has earned it. He's one of the pillars of the foundation of New Mexico United. But in game, and I know the game didn't really mean anything, but it's not something that I would like San Antonio FC to adopt. For instance, Juan Agudelo announced his retirement. For that here. If I would have been just as harsh against SAFC if they would have stopped it and acknowledged him for 7 minutes along those lines. Yes, David, I don't like you guys. Yellow is not a good color anymore.
But why? I guess my argument to that is, Harry, if the game, it wasn't like the game started.
The clock was moving.
Yeah, but you don't think that they kept track of how much time we were using, and that's why we had 9 minutes of extra time at the end of the first half?
It's the whole competition side. You start the game,
but the game fundamentally did not start. They kicked one ball and then they kicked it out of bounds.
Officially it did.
There's a difference between officially and what I don't like is when LeBron scores and takes the scoring record and then they stop the game altogether. in the
that's
flow
what
of
they
the game.
did.
No, the game hadn't started. It was 2 kicks. That was it.
Now, to be fair, we've seen clubs do that for on the field records.
Yes.
We've seen that.
But it wasn't a record though. And
yeah.
To me, like I said, it just for soccer, it's a running clock. And to me, to stop the game, and I understand what you're saying.
Time is for.
So to Josh's point here, so the schedule says 7. Kickoff isn't until 7:06 anyway. So we still kicked off at the regular time. We kicked off at the originally planned time, which is how it always is, because there's 6 minutes of ESPN Plus promos and pregame and stuff like that airs. So we always kick at 6 after. That's how it is. If you listen to Jules at Behind the Shield, the club gets fined for every 30 seconds beyond that point.
Oh wow.
And yeah, it's incremental. It goes up every 30 seconds. Like the first 30 seconds is like $500. The next 30 seconds is $1,000. So if the clubs do not kick, and we've seen it happen, where if you do not kick at 7:06, the clubs get fined for that by the league. But so match kicked at 7:06 or short, very few seconds thereafter, because there was a slight delay. But the game kicked off the regular time, but there was no actual play until approximately 7:15.
But here's the bottom line, and you know, and this goes for Owen and me and anybody else that poo-poos it. That wasn't for us. That was for the fans of New Mexico. It was for Daniel Bruce, for what he's earned. So if that's how New Mexico wants to do it, all hats off to him. You know, like I said here, I haven't heard many people from New Mexico complain about it. I just think for me, more the traditionalist, I don't like it because it interrupts the game. I understand what Jacob's saying, but if you got a running clock, it's a running clock. You know, the game is on there. So
I'm not arguing that it's the running clock part. To me, in order for the game to be interrupted, there had to be some kind of flow going to the game, and there wasn't. It was essentially doing it pregame. You just had the clock running for 7 minutes, and then we added that on to the end of the half anyway. So it didn't affect anything necessarily. And I, for one, like, when it comes to Daniel Bruce, it's a very rare circumstance of a USL player playing for one team and one team only for 7 years, for 7 seasons. That never happens. And so between 1, that never happening in USL period, and then 2, what Bruce has done off the pitch for this community, it was 100% justified in my opinion. And I mean, honestly, if they would have done it like, we're going to play till the 25th minute to honor Bruce's number, and then we're going to stop and we're going to bring him out and we're going to have all the hoopla, then I would have been mad. Then I would have been like, this is okay. No. But the way they did it, the way they went about it, the sentiment behind it, for somebody who in USL terms is, because like Forrest Lasso just retired, right? And as far as I know, I haven't never actually looked at his like Wikipedia, but I only remember him playing for one USL team.
Nah,
but
2.
Oh, did he play? Who did he play for before?
I think Lou City, right?
Sounds right.
Okay. Well, my point is still, like, when I think of Forrest Lasso, I think of Tampa Bay, but he also left and went overseas and then came back. And so I can't think of another example of anybody playing their whole career this long with one club in the USL. And so for all those reasons, I think that it was 100% justified. The execution of it at the game was poor, to say the least, when it came to the mics and stuff like that. But as far as like having him be there for the kickoff and stuff like that, you never see that. And I think that Bruce deserves something that you've never seen before. So
would you consider Ryden kind of in that Bruce pace? Because he's been with you guys since what, 2019 or yes, 2020 season?
6 years.
No, not to
But I
slight
don't- I-
right. Not to slight
I
right
don't
in,
think he
but
has
no.
the community reach that Bruce has.
The community reach, and then there's something about Bruce being a year one guy
The
for
last-
that magical
last remaining.
2019 year and
Mhm.
staying the whole time. Ryden did other things, but Bruce came straight from college, was a trialist, got told no by other teams. We finally said yes. He comes in, becomes the fan favorite, does
The
all
last
community
signing
engagement.
of the preseason.
And so his story is just so unique and so special
Mhm.
that I'm okay with him getting something special like that because he deserved it.
Forrest Lasso played for Battery.
Yeah,
okay.
Charleston.
Yeah, played for Battery before going to FC Cincinnati prior to their MLS move.
That's it. Not Louisville. That's it. I knew it was.
Also, he's
one.
played for 3 teams. Gotcha.
I want to show you guys something that I made. It didn't arrive in time for Saturday's match,
Mhm.
but it will arrive in time for this Saturday's match. And so, and for people who are watching, if they want to meet up at halftime, Jacob got to see a little preview, but I made stickers.
That's awesome.
So if anybody wants a Bruce sticker, come
Yeah,
find me.
I would love one of those. That'd be awesome.
How many did you make, Christina?
I think I made 75,
Okay.
Okay.
either 50 or 75. So lots of them.
There you
I
go.
can-
Fine, Christina.
If you want to give me a handful, I can take them down to the field and they can flag me
Yeah.
down too.
There you
I'm
go.
a little more accessible than the security filled club seats. So
True. Yeah. You guys can find Jacob too.
There we go. All right, number of comments. Maria, I'll remain courteous since I'm a guest here. Hey, throw your comments out. That's what we're here for. We love the interaction with you guys. If you got them, throw them out. I got another comment for a team that is all about community and building those relationships. There's no better way they could have done it. I mean, like I said, my concern was when when there was a potential for the 2 seed, right? Once we knew the 2 seed was in, I'm fine, whatever. I don't care. Like, not a huge deal. We've seen other matches get stopped in the middle. It's at that point, it's a moot point. Do y'all think Brucey will show up on the coaching staff?
Possibly. I'd love to see him follow Estrada's path, and stick around and be impactful, whether that's with the academy team or the first team.
Yeah, Brucey obviously still going through the licensing process. Last time I talked to him, he said it's going well. We still intend to get Brucey on the show. We're working on it. That's all I can tell you as far as that goes. Brucey was an impactful player his whole career. Not only was he impactful player on the pitch, Brucey, if you talk to Jules, who does the Somos Unidos Foundation appearances and the player appearances, Brucey was the single most requested player and did by far the most number of public appearances of anybody on the club throughout his, without his tenure. Brucey was by far the most requested player. So, his impact will certainly be felt.
when we at the Black and Yellow Bash to start the season, they did jersey numbers and names and stuff. And when I was talking to the people there, it was probably 80% Bruce and then 20% everybody else. So
yeah, so without a doubt, Brucey will forever be a New Mexico United legend.
So I'll put this in context. So Bruce, according to transfer marked for the longest servicing players, Bruce was with New Mexico United for 2,462 days. Neil McCabe with Louisville City's been with them for 3,923. Stephen Carroll with Detroit City, 2,738. Surprisingly, Birmingham with Trevor Spangenberg, I think he's their goalkeeper, had the same amount of time, 2,462. And the other one who also retired, Leo Fernandez with the Rowdies, who also retired this year, 3,223. So you are right, where his longevity with the club is unmatched, for that here. And I know, I think Leo Fernandez played for other clubs before Tampa. I'm not sure about the others, but I know now McCabe's probably the closest one as far as community there in Lou City, and Stephen Carroll with Detroit City are probably the only ones that have that community base that impact that Bruce has.
Yeah, it's incredible the impact that he's had and some of the others have had as well.
Harry coming in with the good stats.
So I'm here, right? I know I don't wear the Mexico colors, but I try to be fair and balanced on some stuff.
So I did clarify with the club on Saturday with Brucey's substitution. I said, are they giving him 1 minute or 7 minutes? I said it is 7 minutes. So Brucey finishes his career with 7,815 minutes played in the USL Championship. I put out the stats over on my recap on 1017theteam.com. 17 goals, 21 assists, 171 appearances officially. So really great career for Brucey. Always will be a fan favorite here. I would expect to see him back at some point.
Here's a question. Is he on the playoff roster?
I wouldn't expect him to.
You don't think so?
I mean, he technically he's eligible.
Right, he is eligible.
Yeah, he's eligible.
Would he be on the 18?
Probably not.
No.
I wouldn't expect that at all. So, I mean, I think there's too much at stake for that. I mean,
I just don't know his health. I'm assuming it's probably a health type issue.
He's still using using crutches.
Yeah, he's using.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So yeah, no, I don't know.
He's like a week post surgery.
Yeah, he's almost. I think he's almost 3 weeks, give or take, close to 3 weeks post op. But yeah, his surgery got pushed back several months. We know he got injured back in July. There are reasons for that. I've talked with Brucey.
He shared them.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, he shared them.
Okay.
So
I wasn't sure.
Complications.
Yeah.
I have a clip here of from the presser. Talon was asked about Bruce, and these were his thoughts.
Extended the streak to 7 unbeaten. You guys end the regular season at home with a win. Just talk about how big that is to.
Pause. I thought I could. I know where he talks about it. I thought I could fast forward to where he talks about it and it's not gonna let me do that. So let me clip that real quick and then I'll be right back.
Yep, no worries. So yeah, 2-1 win for on Blackout Night. This was again nothing really to play for. We knew by that point with Sacramento's win on Wednesday that we were locked into the 3. What we didn't know was who we were going to play against. All of that gets sorted out on Saturday night. But yeah, you go back and you look at it, and again, still a tale of two halves. I mean, I thought we looked pretty good in the first half. I thought we had issues in the second half. Rhode Island changed their point of attack. They changed the way they were coming at us, and we weren't necessarily great in the second half, unfortunately. I thought we were fine. We didn't let them in. I thought we certainly gave up a lot more possession in the second half. But without getting
by design.
No. And talking to Coach, that was not by design. He came out and said, yeah, Rhode Island changed what they did completely in the second half. They forced us into positions that we didn't want to be in. And, they caught us on our heels a few times. So, but it's just been the way how it's been for us here lately. But without dwelling too much on the match itself, I mean, obviously you get the goal from Miquele Akale, great assist by Valentin Noel, a couple other chances throughout the match, but then Maples once again converts from the penalty spot. How are we feeling coming into the playoffs? 7 unbeaten. You've got 4 wins and you're out of 5. I mean, how are we feeling about our playoff after this run? Because for a while there this season, we were not happy with how things are going. We weren't comfortable with how things look for this team. Christina?
I'm feeling cautiously optimistic. I feel like I don't love where Maples is playing in that position, but at the same time, like I get it between Ryden wanting to like finish out his career. Keller has been just great at the back. How do you not play Maples? But it it feels like he just seems out of place. He feels out of place. But beyond that, I feel like I've been much happier with what I've been seeing. I feel like they're pressing a whole lot more. Their passes are a lot cleaner. They're taking shots. I think I saw a stat for Akale's goal. It was like 8 seconds or something crazy from shakes to Akale scoring, which is like beautiful. It's exactly what you want to see. So cautiously optimistic. I agree with who was it saying? Oh boy, I really hope that Orange County somehow pulls out the win.
That was Andrew that was saying that.
Andrew, yeah.
So in the presser, Maples and coach both talk about Maples playing at that right back position, and I'll just play. It's 3.5 minutes from Maples. Can I just play it all, Seth? You okay?
Yeah,
with that?
go for it. Yeah,
cool.
Extended the streak to 7 unbeaten. You guys end the extended the streak to 7 unbeaten. You guys end the regular season at home with a win. Just talk about how big that is to have momentum going into next week.
No, I think it's massive. We talked about it throughout the week, and it was the main objective, of course, for every game is to win, but winning going into playoffs is massive. It's massive. It does something to our mentality. It does something to your psyche. It's just a little bit of confidence going into it, and I think we were very upset with the last 2 results in terms of 2 ties, and especially giving up 6 goals in 2 games. But we are very excited and very pumped for what can happen in playoffs for us.
And for you personally, I know you've kind of become the PK guy and stuff like that. It seems like they've been happening more frequent. Is that just a fluke, or is it something you guys are being more aggressive in the box, and it's just that's...
No, I mean, our guys are flying up top. Up top, I mean, we got Gloucester this time, but I mean, last time it was, I think, Wille, I think another one. Like, we are flying. We are flying up top, and we're putting defenders in hard positions where if you don't reach, you're going to get a shot taken on you, and if you get the shot taken on you, it's probably a goal, so you have to reach, and it's a foul. So it's credit to our guys up top and credit to our guys in the midfield that are really making stuff happen, and I'm happy that they trust me, and I'm happy that I've been able to put some away.
You've been playing a little bit wider the past couple of weeks. How does that feel for you compared to playing more central? And how's that playing to the game plan?
Oh man, it's hard, and I'll say that in a way of, man, I have never said anything bad about outside backs, but I won't ever again, because man, they have a good endurance to them, they got a good engine, and I'm still learning that. I'm honestly just trying to do as much as I can to help out more defensively, and try to get Akale on the ball, Dayon on the ball, get our creative minds on the ball, and just try to do what I can to support them.
Can you talk about just everything that happened with Brucey tonight? Like, something like that is pretty rare to see in any sport.
Yeah, deserved is what I think the answer should be to that. It's like, it's rare, but it's so deserved. This man is, y'all see maybe what he does on the field and kind of how he treats the fans, but he is personal to every single player in that locker room. He's a one-on-one guy. He's known and loved by everybody, and he knows and loves everybody. And so for that to happen, that's something that we're so fortunate, and so we're so thankful that they even did that for him. But we are even, like, we know that there could be even more. You know what I mean? That's how good of a guy he is, and that's how impactful he is, not only to the fans, to the club, but to the locker room. He means so much to us, and we're just happy that he gets his flowers a little bit.
You guys had a pretty dominant first half. Second half, Rhode Island made some changes. What did that look like to you guys, and how did you adjust to what they were doing offensively? Yeah,
I mean, I think it's a great test for us in terms of what playoffs would look like, right? Dominating the first half, maybe up going into the half, and seeing some changes, seeing teams, not saying that they did, but kind of throwing the kitchen sink at it and seeing what hits. And so being able to adapt, understanding that there's going to be more numbers and more players up top, and having honestly just kind of grind it out is ultimately what it is. We can have all the tactics in the world, but if you don't have the mentality and the right work rate, you're never going to win.
You mentioned 6 goals in the last 2 matches before this one. What was the difference tonight?
Mental mistakes. I think we all looked at those last 2 games and we saw the 6 goals, and I think we know that it wasn't because anybody broke us down. It was truly because we made mental mistakes on the ball, off the ball. We didn't work back. That stuff can't happen. Good.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
So yeah, he I'm not 100% sure he's comfortable out there either, Christina, but and
Yeah, I feel
he,
for him. But like, how do you not play him?
yeah,
You
and,
know, like you got to play him.
and then here's coach. I'm going to try to do coaches without having to watch the whole thing. So let me
How's he looking out there? Is he performing at what you expected?
Yeah, I thought he's done really well. You know, I think that through the process, and I've said this in different ways, but like, you know, this is the first time outside of Borussia that we've been healthy all year, knock on wood. And the reality is, as a coach, I ask these guys all the time, like, it's their job to be in consideration and find a way to get on the field. And I think that between, you know, Kalen, Kip, and Talon, those are three individuals that I feel like we have to have on the field right now. I'm not really a big proponent of changing our system. I think this is the most natural way to accomplish that. And I think between the three of them, Talon's the most natural fit to play as a fullback. So, I mean, Talon's great. He always is going to put the team first. I could ask him to play striker next week, and he'll do it. So it just, again, shows you everything about his character and mentality.
I guess can you just briefly touch on the fact that you guys are
That makes me think of when Kalen played striker a couple times.
yeah.
Yeah, but no, I mean, Maple Talon certainly doesn't look comfortable, or at least he hasn't. I think you look better against Rhode Island.
He did look better,
But-
yeah.
And to that point too, like coach said, you know, it's not about changing the system. Well, you basically have at this point. You've basically changed the system in the last 2 weeks of the season.
No, he
gone
hasn't
through-
changed the system. The system is still the same. The personnel is different. Talon is still doing the same role that Seymour would be doing. It's just different personnel. Everybody else's roles are the same.
I mean, in essence, yes, but when we're dropping into defense, it's almost more of a 3-back. Coach won't say that. He'll tell you it's not. He'll tell you it's not a 3-back, but when you watch it, that's how they move. So I mean, I don't know.
That's how it's always been, though. We've always had one of the fullbacks has always pushed forward, and the other one has always stayed home. Very rarely do you see both ever come up, unless we're like dominating in possession the whole time. And then when they counter us, it looks like 3 at the back because our one fullback that's more offensive minded is caught way up the field and is having to track back. But it doesn't, to me, when I watch it, it doesn't seem like the last 2 matches have changed much. It looks different because Talon is out there on the wing or in the attack on the wing, out on the right, whatever you want to say. And it is jarring. But as far as everybody's roles, I personally don't think it's changed anybody else's except for Talon's. And to Jane's point, Jane says Talon looked frustrated on the side. That is the one thing that has stuck out to me the last 2 matches is his body language. I'm the de facto body language doctor here, and his body language has not been nearly as good as it usually is, which has thrown me off. So I was happy because watching those 2 games and seeing his body language, I was glad that you asked that question, Seth, and that I asked it of Sanchez, because it gave me a little more insight and a little more like peace of mind to know that like he might not be thrilled with it. And I think part of his frustration is like, hey, I see him a lot like, hey, I'm wide open, get it to me. And I think that is a little bit of him not playing that position much. And
He's used to distributing.
Yeah. And so he doesn't have the ball at his feet all the time, and he's trying to get used to that. So I'm not sure we see it Saturday, honestly, but unless Talon or or Kip or somebody has a knock, then maybe it is that. Maybe that is just what we are now. Is talent out there on the right, unless somebody's hurt or until we lose.
Maybe.
It's a weird problem to have, seeing as we had zero center backs there for a little while, and now we have 3 that we pretty much have to have on the pitch.
Yeah. The other thing to take away from Coach's interview that we got there is he mentioned this is the first time we've been healthy all season.
Yeah.
To hear that you're fully healthy
Mhm.
after 36 weeks, like, and Jacob, I know you went on Raising Anchor last week, and they were asking us ahead of the show, who's hurt, who's healthy, like Brucey, like we
Right.
Heller back, we just got Ryden back. I mean, so I guess we're pretty fortunate at this point for Coach, but yeah, no, we're healthy. I mean, and Harry, to your vantage point, I know San Antonio's dealt with injuries this year as well. I mean, are you guys healthy going into the playoffs? I mean, how much of a difference does that make for both of these clubs?
I think for San Antonio, we're getting healthy. Cernalli's still out, but up top, like I said here, as long as Patino's healthy, that's our best striker. If he's not healthy, we're going to struggle.
Let's see, in year 2, so I saw that Nikki scored.
Mhm.
And who else scored?
Hawkinson.
I feel like it was like, ex-United players. I guess just Nikki.
Nikki.
Mondo scored for El Trash Show. Maybe that's what it was.
Dude, he's a punk, dude.
Yeah. Bye-bye. We don't talk about him.
So Patino had the nice goal for off the chest, and then in Hawkinson, and then Hawkinson had another goal, but they considered it an own goal on a cross. Then Nicky had and then Mitch Tainer had one, at late here. So for SAFC, they shared the wealth. They crossed it. We'll see if New Mexico can defend or if they're going to give up 3+ goals again.
No, they're done with that.
We'll see.
Harry, you couldn't score for 500 minutes. Calm down. Just calm down. That's all I'm asking.
Dude, we scored 5 in the last 90. It's what have you done for me lately, man?
Against an El Paso team that had nothing to play for. We already know this. Seth, the health thing though, that is why I'm probably more than cautiously optimistic. I am probably too optimistic, which Harry loves, I know. But if you look at the type of teams that do good in the playoffs, they typically have good form. They're typically healthy. We check both of those boxes. We get at least one home playoff match to start it. If we can get past San Antonio, even if we have to go on the road, I'm just feeling really good about where we're
going
sitting.
to Sacramento, though?
God, I
That
hate
doesn't
that.
scare me.
Ugh.
It doesn't scare me. We
I
played
hate
in
playing in
Sacramento,
Sacramento.
and we
I
should
hate
kick their
Sacramento
ass.
because they always get the home calls.
And their
They get-
pitch is crap. I know this is coming from someone who plays in a baseball stadium, but I hate their pitch.
Yeah, it's
true. She does. She always has.
And their commentators are the
dislike
worst.
Sacramento. Well, I don't know about the worst. There's a few of them that give them a run for their money, but to me, going to Sacramento, you're playing 11 on 12. For that, in my opinion, because we know USL likes to make sure Sacramento gets the advantages. It seems.
I like
I
that you
agree.
say that, Harry. And then I look at their history in the playoffs, and it's definitely lackluster. So the bottom line is I still don't think they're that good. We tied with them on points, and we had what we consider a season from hell. What some of us consider a season from hell.
No.
There's some fans that still are not. I think they're less angry now, but they were ready to burn stadium down there for a little while. But part of me, I'd rather face Orange County here, obviously. But if we got to go to Sacramento and play Sacramento, it is what it is. And I still am. We dominated them in the first half over there, and then we had to adjust for the red card and gave up 2 goals because of that. Well, we gave up the 1 goal because of the red card and then another goal right after halftime. And then we pretty much dominated them even down a man after that. We just couldn't find the back of the net. And so either way, Orange County coming here or us going to Sacramento, I'm feeling good. And then the other side of the bracket, that doesn't scare me at all. Going to Tulsa is a little bit of a tall task, especially if they win 2, they'll have some momentum, but I'm too optimistic. I will say that. So if we lose Saturday, you can blame me for going into it way too confident. But the fact that we're healthy, the fact that we've got momentum, I thought we looked really, really good for the majority of Saturday night or Friday night. And if we can continue to play like that first half, if we play like that first half against Rhode Island, nobody's beating us in the West anyways.
Yeah, they were fun to watch. Is it what's the schedule for the playoffs? Do we know?
What do you mean?
Yes, they did. USL did put out a post earlier this week.
Finally,
yes, with the actual schedule.
I think just for the first week, though.
Yeah, just the first week.
If we win, we don't know if we play Saturday or Friday or Sunday or whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So this weekend, we have Saturday, November 1. You've got Pittsburgh taking on Hartford at 6:30 Eastern.
Did we want to pick those games now?
Yeah,
let's
do that.
Since we're going through 'em.
Yeah, we'll do that. Here, I'll pull this up.
it's defined week by week. SAC plays on Sunday. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I assume if we play SAC, it'll be on Sunday, but I don't know that for sure.
Most likely. All right. So I guess we start with East. So on the East side, obviously you got the 1-8 Lou City, Detroit City. What are we thinking here? Any thoughts, comments on either of these other than the fact it's Lou City?
I think if Lou City's gonna lose, it's gonna be to Detroit City.
And I think that would be so fun.
Because Detroit City is one of those teams that gets up and plays well in games that they're not supposed to, but I don't see how you cannot pick Lou City, to get past Detroit City.
And that match is Saturday at 5:00 New Mexico time
At Lynn Family Stadium
Yeah.
on the Golazo Network, by the way.
Yeah. I'm done with the CBS stuff. I'm done with that. All right. So is anyone going Detroit City here?
No.
Yes.
Oh, you are?
Why not? For funsies.
All right. Here we go. Jacob, which way you leaning?
No, I Lou City.
All right. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see Detroit City doing it this year. They're clearly not where they want to be in terms of results this year, so I don't see it. All right, the 4-5 Pittsburgh and Hartford.
Give me Hartford.
Hartford, okay. Thoughts on that one, Harry?
Bob Lilly's not there.
Mm-hmm.
Hartford won the Jägermeister Cup.
Jägermeister, yep.
So they are well equipped to win in these. They came to San Antonio and beat us. So in a playoff preview structure, they proved to be equipped to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hartford's been kind of the surprise of the East this season, I would think anyway. they've done pretty well. And yeah, obviously, beating Sacramento in the Jägermeister Cup is huge for them. I think I went up to Hartford last year and they handled United pretty easily. Now I know completely different season, but they've got a good program up there. I like what they're doing at Hartford. I agree. A Bob Lillyless Pittsburgh is a bit of a concern. They have changed their tactics a bit. They've gone a bit more attacking, and while it's done well for them, I don't know that they're good enough defensively. This is clearly a down year for Pittsburgh. I don't trust them, so I'm going Hartford.
Jacob.
Yeah, so this match is at 4:30 New Mexico time on ESPN Plus on Saturday, and
in Pittsburgh.
It is in Pittsburgh, and I'm going to go Pittsburgh here. So Seth, you bring up their defense. They've allowed 2 goals in 5 games. Granted, not the best offensives that they've played, but still, they've only allowed 1 goal to. Oh, sorry, no, I read that wrong. My bad. They've allowed 4 goals in 5 games. They did allow 3 to Miami back at the beginning of October, and 1 to Indy 11 on October 11th. But their last 2 matches, 2 clean sheets, 1 against Monterey Bay in Monterey Bay, and then Phoenix on Saturday. They were in 6th place. No, sorry. They were in 5th place before the match this last weekend, and were able to jump Hartford to get home field advantage in this. And Hartford's kind of going the other way. They've lost a couple games in a row. This one is probably the definition of a coin flip for me. And I've been on Hartford since we played them and said that they were on the upswing, but I think Pittsburgh pulls it out.
I agree, Andrew, that Pittsburgh Phoenix match was boring.
That sounds like an Andrew problem. Why would you watch that game? Why would you do that to yourself?
Why are you so mean to yourself?
That was an awful, awful match. Christina, which side did you fall on with this one?
I was going to say Hartford just because they won the Jägermeister. They came back and they won again the very next weekend. They just seem like a squad that's really cohesive and has their shit together.
That's a point for me and nobody else. Thank you.
All right, North Carolina Loudon, the 3-7 or 3-6.
Christina, why don't you go first?
I'm going Loudon. I feel like, traditionally Hartford, Loudon, they've all been the underdogs lately, up until this season anyways. And I don't know, I like seeing them advance. I go based off feels. Can you guys tell?
Nothing wrong with that.
Just vibes. That's it.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
I'm going to go North Carolina, but to be honest with you, I have no clue. The only reason why I'm going with North Carolina is because they have Mikey Maldonado, who played with SA Runners, who I got to watch a couple of times on UPSL action before he signed when they were in League One, and then went to USL Championship. So, but to me, I have zero clue on this one here. It's to me, this is a coin flip game. You don't know if Loudon's going to show up. You don't know if North Carolina is going to show up. It is a derby for that here, so that'll be interesting. But neither team draws well, but I'll go with North Carolina.
Fair enough. Yeah, the 3 points separate these two teams on the table. They've both picked up 2 losses in their last 5 matches. And yeah, there's really no one that that stands out from these. I can't remember a moment from either of these 2 teams this year. I'm like, oh, hey, I want to keep an eye on this kid. I want to keep an eye on this team, So it's been really hard to find anything to latch onto with either one. I do think Loudon's just a tiny bit better defensively, not by much. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going Loudon.
Jacob.
So this match is at 5:30 New Mexico time on ESPN Plus on Saturday.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Balti's comment.
That's funny. For what it's worth, they have played 3 times because they played in the USL Cup group stage. In the regular season, North Carolina beat Loudoun when the game was in Loudoun, and Loudoun beat North Carolina when the game was in North Carolina. Granted, the match in North Carolina was way back on March 15th, so drastically different looks since then for either team. And then the Open Cup or the USL Cup match, North Carolina hosted and won in penalties. This is an interesting match. I think it's funny that they played each other last week, and now draw each other again. I want to go to North Carolina because if North Carolina wins, I don't want Harry to be the only one to get a point. But but my heart says Loudoun. Loudoun's always been a team that I've always liked to root for ever since we had one of the Loud Adams on the podcast several years ago. And I like that they kind of had some success. This is their first year making the playoffs.
First full season not under DC United control, correct?
I believe
No,
so.
last year was.
Last year was. And they
And
did
they were
really
better
good to
last
start.
year.
Yeah, they did really good to
Right?
start last year. They still missed
Yeah.
the playoffs, but they did really good. Harry, if North Carolina wins, congrats, but I'm going Loudoun.
That's fine.
All right, and the 2-7 Charleston Battery and Rhode Island.
So this match
I'm-
is Sunday
Mhm.
at noon our time. It is the only Eastern Conference match that is on Sunday.
On Sunday. I'm
On
rooting for
CBS
Rhode
Sports
Island.
Network.
Yes. Yeah, if it's on Sunday, it's going to be on CBS Sports Network. Pretty
Ew.
much, I think, from here on out.
I'm gonna have to go find another free trial for that one.
You need a VPN, Seth.
Well, that's cable. Yeah, that's cable.
Yeah, like that's
It's during the NFL though. That's why I don't understand it personally, but it is what it is.
yeah. I don't know why you would. I mean, either way, on Saturdays you're going up against college football. I mean, there's probably some big SEC game this weekend.
Overrated.
You know, and obviously on Sunday you have the NFL. So who do you go up against, really? Both are terrible time slots for the USL, but yeah, I don't know. I all love to our friends over at Raising Anchor, to Matt and Jason, but I gotta go Battery. Battery have been one of the best teams in the USL Championship this year.
Battery is going to roll them. Let's not forget. Let's not forget who knocked the Battery out last year. It was Rhode Island.
Was it? They're going to do it again. I'm still salty with Hasu, so I'd like to see Battery go down.
Okay.
Plus, I want to see Rhode Island in the finals at
Why?
altitude. 'Cause- I mean, it can't be San Antonio. May as well be someone fun like Rhode Island.
Fair enough. Jacob?
Yeah, I too am going Rhode Island. What it boils down to me is they've had playoff success. It's a largely similar squad to last year. They had been in pretty good form until they played us at altitude. So take that for what it's worth. They did beat Charleston back at the end of August in Rhode Island. That was so not the same, I know, but still, and more. The two biggest factors for me are, one, the guys over at Raising Anchor are just friends. I like them. I'm rooting for good things for them. And two, I don't think we get out of this without a major upset. And to me, a major upset is one of the top 2 seeds from each conference. I feel
What's
like
gonna
there's an
happen in the
upset.
West, dude? It's
I
not
feel
gonna
like there's an
happen in
upset.
the East.
I feel like there's an upset on both. Well, look, for all the success that Lou City has had in the regular season, they have not made the finals every year by any means. They are a better team by the numbers this year, but they were still also an extremely good team last year and head and shoulders above everybody else in the East, and they still got knocked out before the finals. I think Rhode Island can do it. That's going to be the one major upset that I have. I don't think you can call Loudon over North Carolina a major upset. They are 3 points apart, and they basically played each other last week for the home field advantage in that one. And so it's got to be Rhode Island to me.
All right. We're going to leave the East here and we'll come back to this next week, or want to just pick the whole thing?
Nah,
Pick the
we'll
whole
come
thing?
back. Nah, we'll come back
you're
next week.
All right.
We'll come back. If
right.
you want to do the whole bracket challenge, then go to USL and enter for your chance to win. But
Yeah. All right. So over to the West.
team one.
Yep. I was putting this together like as we were talking. So, all right. So FC Tulsa against Colorado Springs.
Woof.
That match is at 6:00 New Mexico time on ESPN Plus on Saturday.
Give me Tulsa.
Yeah, Tulsa's gonna win that one.
Although Colorado is the defending champs. Let's not forget that.
They're lucky they're even there.
I don't disagree with that. I think Colorado is very lucky to be in the playoffs. You get in losing 3 of your last 5. They have not looked great at times, and they just got shut out 3-0 the FC Tulsa this weekend. So, yeah, I think Tulsa's got their number.
Tulsa.
Okay, clean sweep for Tulsa.
That's
Colorado
so far
Springs-
the only clean sweep. Not even Louisville was a clean sweep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's because I'm being stubborn.
Colorado Springs was playing for their playoff lives last week and still got their ass handed to them 3-0.
Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah, I don't have a whole lot of faith there. On another note, the Dodgers just lost. So
Yes.
the world rejoices. Uh,
Let's go Blue Jays.
6-2 was the final over there. So
Where are the Blue Jays located?
Toronto.
Oh, cool.
The
So
51st state. Didn't you know that?
Yeah.
No.
So fun. I had a conversation Saturday night in the press box. Some people did not want to see the World Series go to Toronto, go to the Blue Jays, even though they hated the Dodgers, for the pure reason they didn't want to go to Canada.
I don't know.
Anyways,
Yeah, I don't get that. All right, El Tracho versus Little Brother
Ugh.
2.
Ugh.
El Paso and Phoenix, the 4-5 matchup. Someone has to win this one.
I think they both just get barred from the playoffs. Something crazy goes down. I don't know what. And
I got
mean,
Phoenix.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Phoenix too.
Phoenix over RGV. And you laugh. I question if El Paso's back next year.
I've been saying that since
You
the
know,
beginning of the year.
So yeah, so I've seen conversation about that. I've seen conversation about Las Vegas as well, because I know Las Vegas. I think Vegas has one more year. But
yeah,
With
didn't
Bautista?
Vegas just
With
get
Jose,
somebody signed
yeah.
on?
uh,
A
don't
new
know.
owner or something? Or
That was last year. Joey
Joy,
Bautista, yeah.
oh, okay.
I mean, I think they have another year, but they're having issues with stadium stuff as well. El Paso has not said a word in 7 years about a stadium. So I don't know, and I question what that front office is doing. I have no idea. Like it would be very interesting to see if El Paso's back, given some of the rumors that are floating.
But I will say this. our favorite USL Tactics guy, he released the attendance as a league level. You got to be very, 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 very concerned because most of the teams were in the negative compared to the previous year. Or even for that here, there was only a couple of teams that were up, and one was Oakland and one was Loudoun, I believe.
Oakland was only up because they're one like 20,000 outlier, I think.
Right, but technically they were up. New Mexico, I think, finished up, but just barely, if memory serves me right.
2%, I think,
through here. But most everybody else was flat or a loss, and I think that's the problem that from a league level that they've got to figure out. And I don't know if you guys follow Cody Lorendi. He's been kind of, and he's a player agent to be fair. He's been kind of hinting that for USL at the league level, they've got to do more other than the expansion talks. They got to start helping the existing clubs for that here. But this picture here from a league level is not a good picture if you're in the headquarters, in my opinion.
I'm going to push back a little bit because that's what I do here. If you're Phoenix,
that's a drastic concern.
I would be very concerned. And out of all the ones up there, I would be concerned if I was Colorado Springs, Phoenix, and maybe Tulsa.
Tulsa's
in a baseball stadium.
Right. But
Tulsa needs to get a stadium.
They do. I don't like
get a pop-up stadium. I don't understand why they don't get a pop-up stadium.
I don't like that they dropped 11% while they're in first place and have been in first place all season. That's the only thing that I'm like, Tulsa, what's going on there? But if you look at Vegas, that's a 47% increase over last year. That's huge. Lexington, huge.
But
Oakland,
is it really when you look at the numbers?
They went from 1,000 to 4,000.
From League One, where they were the worst team in the league, to USL Championship. They're not even selling over. I think they're just selling over half of their stadium out.
Okay.
That's to me that's the bigger thing. When you look at the stadium, what teams can get into the stadium. For Lexington, though, they can get 7,500. They average 4,400. On a league, that's got to be a concern, especially where you're trying to grow the league here. From like New Mexico does a great job. They average 9,000-10,000 on average. Sacramento, I think, fudges their numbers for that here.
They
to be able to do that. Louisville, when you look at their stadium, I hate saying this, but it looks empty half the time. Rhode Island had the new stadium bump. Oakland had the new stadium bump. Colorado Springs coming off a title down near San Antonio down here, but San Antonio's got other issues as well. Their fan culture has dipped, and that's the problem with Phoenix. Is San Antonio and Phoenix have dropped the ball significantly with the fans to where it's not like it was 2-3 years ago where they could actually control the market. They've got some work to rebuild. Tampa's probably in that same thing here.
I just look at it, and overall, I think the league is probably, if you're just talking about butts in seats, looking at that graph, the league is up. So, and anything 10%, lower than 10%, plus or minus, is just normal fluctuation, I believe.
Yeah,
and so Phoenix sticks out. Loudoun kind of sticks out, but it's Loudoun, so who the hell knows? And then Monterey and Tulsa, it is just what it is. So when you look at, like, Tulsa is down 11%, yes, but it's 400, almost exactly 400 people on average a game. That's not the end of the world. I would love to see last year's. I've seen it before, but I'd have to find it. because my guess is it's going to do this. It's just going to kind of year after year with a lot of these clubs, unless you're somebody like Pittsburgh, Phoenix, where something's wrong there. Like they are about to have like mass exodus of fans with the way they are running that organization.
It's their front office.
And so I'd be concerned about that. Same with El Paso. It's only 5%, but 5%, like they still went down 5%, even though they were, I don't know, the worst team in the league by a lot last year and are hosting a playoff game and they still went down. That's kind of concerning. But as a whole, when I look at that one picture, I'm not concerned about the league. I am concerned about a few teams inside the league.
All right. So back to picking before I derailed the conversation or somebody else derailed the conversation. I went with Phoenix. Who else is going with Phoenix?
I went Phoenix.
I don't remember. Did I pick it?
No.
I don't
Go
know.
ahead, Seth. Go ahead.
I'm going to predict a fissure opens up under swap and they both get swallowed.
Womp womp.
And then whoever wins between Tulsa and Colorado Springs just gets to buy in the third round.
No, you gotta pick, dude. Come on. Is anybody brave enough between Seth and Jacob to pick El Paso? That's really what the question is.
Yuck.
Yeah. So I will say that with where they're at, their seedings, both clubs overperformed where all of us predicted them to be in the preseason. 3 of us had El Paso dead last. We all had El Paso out of the playoffs. 3 of us had Phoenix Rising in the playoffs. 1 of us did not. So neither has been good. They've had stretches of okay. I honestly think Phoenix is like
It sounds
like
like
this
you want to
much
pick
better.
El Paso, dude. It's just as much as you're going over this, it feels like you want to pick El Paso, and you're just like, I'm not brave enough to do it.
it's not a matter of brave. I just like I do think Phoenix is the better of the 2 teams. I think, and a lot of that comes down to I would trust Phoenix's goalkeeper more than El Paso's.
I think Phoenix is just going to dive a lot and they're going to get away with it. And like
Dude, that's what El Paso
the
does.
20
What are you talking
fans in El Trasho are going to be pee-pee hearted about it.
So you went with Phoenix, even though
Yeah.
I believe your gut's telling you El Paso, but you just can't do it on a recorded line. Jacob, who are you going with?
I'm going El Paso. I'll be the brave or dumb or whatever you want to say. So these 2 teams have met 3 times this year, and they have been separated by 1 PK. That is all that they've had. They had a 4-4 draw, a 3-3 draw, and then a 2-2 draw in the USL Cup that went to penalties, which Phoenix won 7-6. So 7-6 in penalties means nobody's stopping anything. And then 4-4, 3-3, and 2-2 means nobody's stopping anything. So this is really just kind of a coin toss.
This
This
is
is like
a
the-
1-1 game.
This is a definition of a coin toss. And I'll give it to the team that's at home. I think I would put Jamali Waite over
It's not even close.
over the Phoenix
Rakowski.
keeper. Rakowski, thank you. I knew it started with an R and ended with a ski, but I couldn't remember in the middle. I would, and so because of him and because El Paso's at home, I will go El Paso. They're both not good. They both have been up and down all season. Really, to me, the difference between first, second, and third in the West, and then everybody else, after the season shook out, anyways, is pretty drastic. And so, yeah, this is just who shows up that day, and I'm hoping for like 5-5, Harry, and I'm going to go the other way. and go 2-2, 3-3, 4-4, 5-5, and then penalties are just a disaster. And so that's what I think.
So let's do Sacramento OC next.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the plan. All right, Sacramento, Orange County, the 2-7. And we've talked about Sacramento throughout the season. Sacramento does Sacramento things. Certain people, John Morrissey specifically, loves
Overrates
Sacramento.
them.
Completely, yeah, I agree. He overrates them. I think he's way too high on them. And then the league is as well. I think the league is way too high on Sacramento in terms of what they can do on the pitch. Yes, they've ground out some results this year. I think they got incredibly lucky in a few of their matches. Orange County, meanwhile, they just fell off a fucking cliff this year. I don't know what happened in Orange County. I know that they've had managerial issues over the past season and a half. I just don't know. Jacob, you said there has to be an upset somewhere. I think this is it. I don't trust Sacramento, and I think Orange County could surprise them.
I have Orange County winning too, partially because whoever wins between San Antonio and New Mexico gets to host. So I think, I won't lie, that probably shades my belief a little bit. But looking at the results, this year they played 3 times, not to steal Jacob's material here.
I had it all
Orange
queued up and
County's-
everything, Harry. What the
Orange
hell?
County's won 2 of them. So, and if you look at the season series, 12, 7, and 12. So this has been about as even as you can get. California on California, give me Orange County for that here.
I am willing Orange County to just put Sacramento in their place.
Jacob?
You put me in a tough spot here, guys. First of all, I would like to say that the El Paso Phoenix match, did I say it was at 7:30 on ESPN Plus?
No.
Okay, it's at 7:30 on ESPN Plus on Saturday. This one is the Western Conference Sunday match, and it will be at 7 New Mexico time on CBS Sports Network. Not Golazo, so that'll be another one you need the trial for there, Seth.
Well, the good news is it's on that
Golazo's
same
free on
day.
Pluto.
It's not on Golazo.
Oh, never
It's
mind.
just CBS Sports Network. And so I am rooting for Orange County. I don't know who's going to win. And for that reason, I'm going to say Sacramento, because that is that's the smart bet right now. When I look at the board and see that all 3 of you went Orange County, I'm going to have
Well,
to
has
go.
Seth went Orange County?
Yeah, he's the first name there
Okay.
on the thing.
I wasn't looking at it.
I desperately want Orange County to win. I think Orange County might be the better team at their peak, but Sacramento did kind of finish ahead of everybody pretty easily, except for us. I mean, hey, there's method to my madness. See how I'm the only one that picked those, Josh? That's called hedging. That's called hedging. So if I lose those, I'm happy. And if I win those, I'm less happy, but still kind of happy because I get, if I put Orange County, damn it.
Gonna say that there's no happy if Sacramento wins.
There's not. That's why
No.
I talked myself out of it. As I was talking through it, I was like, no, I can't actually. Justin, yes. We'll talk about that afterwards.
Can
Yeah,
can we even do that in New Mexico?
Yes, I have placed USL bets at Route 66.
Okay.
Get your kicks.
You cannot do it at a Sled or a Sandia for whatever reason, but at Route 66 you can.
Okay, fair enough. All right, guys, the big one. Saturday night, 7:00 Mountain Time, on ESPN Plus. Thank God.
That's New Mexico
Um,
time, not Mountain time.
Yeah. Okay.
What time?
7.
7.
That is Mountain Time. Is New Mexico time.
Yeah.
You're not.
We will-
You're not.
we will-
You're not.
we will
You're not
refer to it-
Arizona time.
We will refer to it
That's-
as New Mexico time and not Mountain time.
Yeah, no, that's not happening there. It's like Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America, there, buddy. No, it's Mountain Time zone.
No.
Yeah.
As somebody that grew up in Colorado, we will claim the Mountain Time zone.
That's why I'm saying New Mexico time, because you guys claim everything.
All right, 7:00 Mountain Time, New Mexico time, not Central. How about that? It will be as I spoke to Joe O'Neill yesterday. Joe O'Neill assured me
Better
that
be.
whether or not there is a Game 7 of the World Series, we will carry United after not carrying the game last weekend.
I'm gonna
Or
call
the
bullshit.
weekend before that.
I'm gonna call bullshit on that, Seth. but
Yeah.
I
If there's a Game 7, no offense, you're carrying
Yeah.
Game 7.
I had this conversation with multiple people. There's no way. I'm sorry. I love United, but there is from a logical standpoint, from a monetary standpoint for the station, I can't see Joe not carrying a Game 7.
If it wasn't the Dodgers, I would say okay.
Yes,
But we're a Dodgers station as well. And so a Dodgers station, Game 7 of the World Series, that's greater than first round playoff of United. It sucks, but that's if he says it though, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, so I will say this: I have asked him multiple times over the past several weeks because we got preempted a few weeks back for a Cowboys preseason game, and I asked him at that
Stupid.
point. I said, "Are we going?" And then there was another game too. I said, "Are we going to be preempted for anything else?" And he told me no. And now, to be fair, we carried the Lexington match the entire way through during the weather nonsense. But I do not believe for 1 second that if there's a Game 7 with the Dodgers, that we will cut away from the Dodgers. There's no way. I don't believe that for a minute because it's far too valuable to the station. when
Is there a
compared to United.
sister station where it could be split off to?
No.
Yeah, no. Then if there was a sister station, I could see where they start with the Dodgers and then split to United. But if there's not a sister station,
Yeah. So I mean, technically, we do have 2 streaming portals, but we only use one.
yeah,
He has assured me that the radio station will carry the game, whether or not he said that he preempted the United game on Friday because it did not matter in terms of standings, and said that it would be easier to drop Game 7 if we carried Game 1. Which, yeah. So as of right now, the plan is for the match to be on 1017. So if you're looking for a radio, tune in. I will have more information. So obviously World Series is going to Game 5 tomorrow. At this point, I won't know for sure until Friday night. What's going
because
to
you know
happen?
who may make the call because it's an ESPN affiliated station, right?
Yes.
ESPN may make that call above.
So we have the option. That's why
do
we have options because we have the station has contracts with multiple different outlets. So that's why we can drop the Cowboys or drop United or drop, that's why we drop some of the stuff for high school football. So we can pick and choose, but we have certain obligations that we have to meet. So, but yeah, I can't see Game 7 not being there. But yeah, I won't know for sure until Friday night after Game 6 is done because we're guaranteed a Game 6.
So how would that work? Because they would start out game because it starts at 7:00, right? Is that
Yeah.
Eastern or Eastern time? Or no, that's Central time for us. For that here, so it starts at 7. it's 2 hours for till the kickoff for United, right? Because it would start
1
at
hour.
6 o'clock your time.
No, the
They-
World Series
yeah.
was starting at 6 our time.
Yeah.
And then United, our match on Saturday with you guys starts at 7. So it'd be an hour.
Usually, Andy and
Oh,
Adam
yeah, an
start
hour.
at 6, though,
Yeah.
like
so
an
we
hour
have,
before kickoff.
yeah, we usually do a pre-kick, but the last few matches we haven't had one due to other coverage.
So would they start the game and then cut off?
I don't think so.
Because that's a ballsy, no offense, but that's a ballsy thing to do, to start the World Series, and then cut it off. And no disrespect, whether it's San Antonio, any USL team, hell, any MLS game, to switch it from games. If you're already started with the radio of the game, to cut it off, 4th, 5th inning, around that time frame, and especially if it's a close game. I wouldn't want to be the producer that has to flip that switch. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, no. And yeah, to Balti's point, we are a Dodgers affiliate as well as an ESPN affiliate. That's why we have, like I said, we have certain obligations. Like, people get pissed when we don't have Dodger games. Like, we carry 100-something Dodger games every year. Like, but yeah, I know. So yes, we are an ESPN affiliate, but we run the Dodgers broadcasts.
So Seth,
How boring.
Realistically, if they start the game, there's not a way realistically that they can cut it off, right? I know technically they could, but if you start the game, how many people would be reaching out to the radio station saying, why are you cutting? It would be a social media nightmare for the radio station if they start the game.
No, it would be. It would be bad. There are already a handful of individuals that already reach out anytime we don't have a Dodger game on.
Jane's onto something.
On any
Toronto's just going to take it. It'll be
that's
great.
what we're hoping for. But yeah, no, there's already a handful of people that reach out anytime the Dodger game is not on. And so I tell them, if we carry United over the Dodgers, people complain. There was someone complaining about the game last, not Friday, but the weekend before on Sunday, because we didn't carry the game because of the Cowboys. People had United fans complaining about that. Then you have Cowboys fans complaining we carry United over the Cowboys. So like, I see it all on social media, no matter who we carry.
Sounds like we need more stations.
Or people could just go to the game.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard tickets are pretty hard to get, because I do know that there are a couple of fans that are going from San Antonio to New Mexico, the Czechs, and they were early in the week happened to change where they typically sit because tickets were already selling out. So,
that's great.
I would expect this to be a pretty full stadium, based on what I've heard. Now, you guys obviously have more of the local flavor, but from a San Antonio aspect, because they typically sit on the third base side of the stadium, usually up close, a little bit past the dugout area on there.
No, it's not there anymore.
But yeah, so from my understanding,
those are too nice of seats since the field shifted.
Field adjustment.
Yeah. So I think they bumped them up to that second tier. Yeah, up there.
Well, no, for away fans, yeah. Like if we went through, we would be over here. But the Czechs get their own seats, not through. They go on and get it over in that section where the cursor is.
Oh, gotcha.
Right on the third base side. So yeah, no, they don't set up in the nosebleeds. They set down.
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah, that's already quite a few seats gone. So that's positive. So,
I don't like that much green.
Well, some of those may be resells as well. So that's the thing that you have to look at. So with the SeatGeek.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into it. So Harry, you guys are coming in 5-goal match. We're coming in 7 unbeaten. I mean, what's the key to this? I've said all season that United matches up better against San Antonio this year than we have in the past. You guys have typically been the significantly larger, more physical team. And I don't think that's entirely the case this year. And history right now is on the side of United. What is San Antonio bringing to the lab on Saturday?
We're bringing a ring. We have a star. Does Mexico have that?
Sorry, what were you saying, Harry? You cut out there for a second. Sorry about that, buddy.
We have a ring for that here.
I have a ring.
Does it say New Mexico United? No, it does not.
Well, no, that would be weird to be on my wedding ring. But
so
that's all he's got, folks. They're bringing a ring
no.
and 11 bodies, and that's it.
Well, we're bringing more than 11 bodies. Hopefully, no red cards, because the match in San Antonio, we can argue about the red card or not, whether it was valid or not. But San Antonio went down a man early. The match in New Mexico, which I think is a truer variable, was 2-2 until a well-earned red card. Don't get me wrong; he should have had a red card before. But it was in that extra time where New Mexico was up a man, last 10 minutes where they added time on through there, and then of course the USL Cup, the Jägermeister Cup.
He got mad.
Was 2-0. San Antonio was dominating. Then the ref decided to magically, hey, let's add 10 minutes of extra time again. So as long as there's not 10 minutes of extra time, I'm pretty confident that San Antonio can go into New Mexico. Now, here's a little fun stat for you. When was the last time that San Antonio beat New Mexico?
I'm not going to look it up.
Last year at the lab.
Yeah.
No.
It was 20.
You have to go back to 23,
20,
May of 23. So New Mexico has owned San Antonio, or actually August of 2023, because they swept them there. 24-25 has been owned by New Mexico over San Antonio FC for that here. So with that, just with the odds, because that's what 5 straight games that New Mexico's beat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to beat a team 6 straight times.
I thought for a split second, Harry, there that you were going to go New Mexico and try to reverse jinx San Antonio.
Oh, hang on. Guys, I just got a text here. United has just signed Chris Wehan.
He's all hands.
The handball will be allowed, but no. Obviously, like on my little prediction, I've got San Antonio. Why would I not go with San Antonio? Just like I know all 3 of you are going to go New Mexico. The question is, does this go to PKs like it did in the Open Cup? Because I do think these 2 teams, especially this year, I get the feeling that while us fans may not have the rivalry, I do think on the team level, just the physicality, just some of the dirtiness, you could kind of say, the level between the 2 teams, because I know San Antonio feels like they should have won or should have got points in New Mexico. The red card to Landry Walker, who's a 08, like AJ, got a red card. He's a young kid. I think for San Antonio, they're due to break out in New Mexico United. Would it shock me if New Mexico United won? No. And like I said, I think New Mexico United has the best owner in the league. I do think the lab will be rocking, and it'll be extremely hard. It'll be chilly for San Antonio. But obviously, I'm not wearing New Mexico colors, so there's no way in hell I am going to.
Neither is Seth, for the record.
Yeah, but he hosts a New Mexico podcast. So for me, obviously, I got to go San Antonio. Score-wise, I'm going to say 2-2, and San Antonio wins and PKs 9-8.
9-8.
9-8.
Wow.
Okay. That's a lot of PKs.
That's oddly specific, Harry.
Well, you wanted a prediction. What's wrong? There you go.
Josh, I had that same thought. He did show
Yeah.
us a sweater.
He showed
So
proof.
he at least owns one piece of New Mexico United clothing.
I've got like
But-
7 kits back in my closet.
Now, I want Josh to try to guess what color this Seth
Yes.
owns.
Yeah. Which
What
hoodie
color
did
is it?
which hoodie did I show them earlier? How about that?
Yeah, why don't you wear United gear, Seth?
It's now become a meme of me wearing Atlanta gear of some kind. So I just do it. I've worn United gear on the show before. I've worn runners gear too. But no, I just typically have a Brave shirt on. So, just the way it is. But no, and tonight's all about repping my 8-0 Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. So
Nobody cares.
Yeah, exactly.
Christina yawned. She's like, man, that's boring.
Yes,
Christina, what happens?
he will wear goat hair. He will wear goat head gear. I think United, like I said, I feel cautiously optimistic. I really like the way that they looked in the first half. My caution is really targeted towards their performance in the second half. Can they play like a full 90 with full intensity, clean passing? I believe they can. Yeah, I believe. I don't think it's gonna be a clean sheet. I don't think it's gonna go to PKs. I think it's gonna be a nail biter. I think it's gonna take years off of my life. I've given quite a few years this season. But I'm gonna go 2-1 good guys.
So San Antonio. Good, nice.
Josh, you are correct. It is neither yellow nor black. Jacob?
It's United and it's not close. Sorry, Harry. I like that's just genuinely how I feel. I think we've found something recently. I think that our backs, do or die. Our backs are against the wall in this. We're playing at home. I expect 11K. Last year, our attendance wasn't all year. Our attendance wasn't like fantastic. It was lower than we have been this year, obviously, with that graph that we spent 20 minutes diverting our attention to earlier.
Ours was up 2%.
Yeah, right. So we're up this year. Last year was.
Dude, you can't even keep your facts straight, man.
That's what I said. Last year for the playoffs, the places was packed for both playoff matches.
Mhm.
And so I expect a big crowd, a loud, rowdy crowd, probably not as rowdy as Justin would like or Cole would like, but that's another story for another day. I do think it's loud. I do think it's crazy. I do think we win, and I will go. Harry, do you remember what the score was for what match was that? Cinco de Mayo, maybe? That's right, 3-0. That's what I'm going to go with. It's a 2019 callback for you, Harry.
Yeah. Do you remember what happened after that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. It was 3-0.
It was 5-0. So yeah.
Where was that game? Was it at the lab?
That was
No,
in
it wasn't.
San Antonio.
No, it wasn't, Harry. It wasn't at the lab. Exactly.
Yeah,
If
we'll
we were
see.
playing in San Antonio, then I would say that. But no.
So
you would not. Don't.
So
3-0.
devil's advocates for the both of you. You've already made your predictions. Is this with Shakes in goal or
Shut up.
Tabakis in
Shut up,
goal?
Seth. It's Shakes. Shut up.
I mean,
I don't know. Last time Seth and I were super confident.
it's got to be asked. I mean, I can't see him. I can't see Sanchez making a change for the playoffs.
Before you do that, going back to 2019, that is the year of the last playoff match between San Antonio and New Mexico United.
No, it's not.
Despite, yeah, it
No,
was.
2020.
No,
No.
the
Oh,
handball.
that's right.
The handball
October
was not in
2020.
2019.
That's right.
Yeah, because
2020.
the handball
That's
was
right.
at the
And there was
drive-in
no
during
handball in
COVID.
2020.
How did we not? Oh, that was COVID year. We didn't play. That's right. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking at Fop Mob, it had it on there, so I was like, okay, but never mind. Yeah, I was wrong on that. So we didn't play you guys at all that year. Oh, that's cool.
No. Yeah, because it was all the four corners.
You weren't in our cohort.
Yeah, that was dumb. Yeah, I can't see any reason for Sanchez to make the change here in the playoffs. I would
Why would you?
hate because he randomly did twice in the past 6 weeks.
No,
So-
he didn't randomly do it twice in the last 6 weeks. He randomly did it once.
He did okay, so there were
Poor
two
Alex.
twice. There were two. There was one for rotational purposes because coach wanted to give him a chance at the record, and there was another one where Shake sat out. So twice.
Oh, no, I know. I understand that there were twice
Yeah.
that Alex played. Neither of them were
One
the
of them
one
was
where
random.
he was like, well, I wanted him to get the record. That one was random
Yeah.
because that one nobody saw coming. The other one against Detroit City, I mean,
Well,
nobody really
nobody
still
saw
it
that one coming either.
But I'm still convinced that something was wrong with Shakes that match, injury, something, because that one was weirder to me,
Mhm.
and so I just can't say that it was random. Like something had to have happened there. Otherwise, yeah, it's really weird. But
Yeah.
I refuse to believe that.
Okay. I just one of those questions you never know. I would hate to see it. I think Shakes is absolutely the number one. I think Shakes is number one going into next season. I don't think Alex Tabakis is back. I think he's gone at the end of the year. But we'll get into all that in a future episode.
Spoiler
as-
alert: we have, from my estimation, we have 4 players under contract for next year. We will. You guys can marinate on that. and
One of
think
which
about it.
just retired.
No,
Here's
4
a-
besides him.
Here's a question for you guys. Who's the better, if it does, because one thing that we haven't discussed is unlike the Jägermeister Cup, they play 120 minutes. So they will play the full extra time. So depth and conditioning will play a point. Maybe the altitude plays a little bit.
Hashtag altitude. Yep.
It does matter. I grew up in Colorado, so it does matter.
It does.
But
No, it does.
to me, who's the better if it comes to PKs? Is there for New Mexico? Is there one goalkeeper that has the advantage over the other, where you could possibly see a goalie swap for PKs?
I did say last week, I believe, that if we were to go to PKs at the 120th minute, I would see a goalie swap with Tim Bacchus coming in.
Would you?
Yes, that's what I will personally want to see, and what I would do if I was a coach. Whether or not that happens, I don't know, but that is what I would like to see. And I think
Maybe a cold keeper coming in.
I've seen it before. And,
Yeah, we have.
and if you have Tim
Yeah.
Bacchus over there prepping for it, then he
Yeah.
can come in. He can kind of know what he's doing. It's not like they're running back and forth. He literally just Tim Bacchus is bigger. He's been a
More
smarter,
experienced. Yeah.
Mhm.
more experienced player than Shakes. And maybe this is just me thinking of the El Paso in the Open
That
Cup
was
disaster.
abysmal.
And I still, even between that and
He's
USL
gotten better
Cup,
since then, though.
yeah, but I still think that Tim Bacchus would be the way to go there. But that's what I think, Harry.
But
Thanks for
I will say though, if we're talking about positions, no matter who starts in New Mexico, they have the clear advantage over San Antonio when it comes to goalkeeping. Just like for San
That is
Antonio
true.
with Sanchez, it's not even close. So if it comes down to the goalkeepers, even with San Antonio's backup, who's a young guy, to me, like I said here, I would take New Mexico's two goalkeepers before I take a San Antonio goalkeeper.
I'm less concerned about the goalkeeper performance than the actual kicker's performance. That's been scary when it comes to United.
It's been better of late.
Mm.
We did beat San Antonio in a kick or in a shootout.
PK.
That
Sure
was a
did.
weird shootout, though. I don't know what San Antonio was doing that.
I don't really care about what San Antonio did. I was just happy with our PKs. Like our PK form, that shootout was way better than the previous ones that we'd done. So
Mhm.
Seth, your name is still not on that sheet.
It is not. And so you're talking about shakes and goal and penalties. Like I have tried to find any collegiate records on penalties, and it's been hard to find anything. I don't know what he faced in college. I think those PKs against El Paso were the first he'd done at the professional level. I could be wrong.
I'm sure he might have had one in the regular season last year, but I doubt it. I imagine. And I think
he only had 2 appearances in 2024.
Yeah.
So
I feel like he might have saved one against Loudon in that shutout, though. But it's different when it's a one-off. There was a foul inside the box. This guy's coming up to kick it. Versus, hey, I'm going to see 5 of these in a row. I feel like there's a little more pressure then.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to verify on Transfer Market, and it's like Transfer Market keeps popping up these full page ads for something. I'm like, oh, this is awful.
So you guys lost 2-4 or 4-2 to El Paso in the Open Cup. But then you
Shakes
beat
was doing
San
some weird
Antonio.
shaking.
Yeah,
But you beat San Antonio in the Jägermeister Cup. So,
But we lost to Colorado in the Jaeger Cup as well in penalties.
oh, did you?
Yeah.
Andrew, I said the same thing. He's got to go left at some point. He can't keep going right every time. Like Talon.
He can keep going right if he's putting it in the damn corner.
I know he went left.
He knows he's right.
Not this one on Friday or the one before. I think it was like 2 PKs ago. He did go left.
Keeper guessed correctly
But-
this last time, though.
And the time before that too. The keeper guessed correctly both times.
Talon is putting them in spots that no goalkeeper in the USL, even if they dive the right way, is getting a hand to it.
Yeah.
And if he continues to do that, I don't care
his
what
placement's
side he
been
goes
good.
to.
Yeah. But yeah, so looking at this, I know San Antonio has not been great on the road this season. I know we've been. I think you're like 4, 6, and something.
4, 5, and 6. Yeah,
Okay,
17 points, 1.27.
Yeah, not great on the road. United obviously better at home than on the road. And while the Lab isn't the fortress that it used to be, I think we've certainly done better, especially in the second half of the season, at closing matches out, but especially here in these last 7. And like I said, I think we match up better with San Antonio this year than we have the last few seasons. I really do. I think we match up from a physicality standpoint. I do think that we're able to take advantage of what San Antonio presents a little bit better. I do think no shutouts, no clean sheets here. I'm going to say 2-1 us, but I think San Antonio gets a goal late. We finish it in regular time. I don't think this goes to extras. I don't think it goes to penalties.
Coward. Stealing Christina's scoreline and then not just saying, no, we're going to shut him out.
No, because we're right. That's the thing.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Not stealing anybody's scoreline. Like I'm just, it's.
That's
I
what your robot heart has calculated for the match.
I've done the math.
Beep, 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 beep,
I had somehow there's a reference to Earl math in there somewhere.
There's a huge reference to Earl math.
But no, it's Shake. Yes, Shakes has a handful of clean sheets this season, but he hasn't done it consistently enough. And San Antonio, like you said, if Patino's healthy, San Antonio has the ability to score on us. They do. They've shown it. And so both clubs are going to come out. United has been better of late, putting balls on frame. San Antonio obviously did this last match. So yeah, there's no way we get a clean sheet from either side in this one.
Watch it be a 1-0. Because playoffs do tend to be a little bit tighter defensively for that here. But to me, it also depends how the game's called. Let's just, and that's the one variable that we don't know is how the game will be called. I don't know. Have they announced I don't think they've announced the pro ref.
I was just pulling that up to look
yet.
and see. Yeah.
Real quick, while they're looking that up, on a somber, more serious note, we mentioned Earl Math a minute ago. Earl did lose his mom this week.
Oh,
So prayers out to him and his family. And if you reach out to him or something like that, just let him know that you're thinking about him. That he's it's not good. It's not good at all. So wanted to get that in there.
Referee is Joshua Encarnacion.
Yep.
I'm trying to see what his.
Rodrigo Albuquerque will be doing the Locomotive Rising match.
mm.
Yeah. Natalie Simon, the North Carolina Loudon match. No Elton Garcia, thank God.
You know why? You know why?
I think he got in trouble.
Well, no, Elton Garcia is from San Antonio.
Okay.
So very rarely will he officiate a San Antonio match, just because we're not the NBA or along those lines with that.
Or apparently an Open Cup match. Did you guys see this news? While Harry's looking this up.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
Sharknadoes FC, which phenomenal fucking club name, by the way. Sharknadoes FC is getting to replay their Open Cup qualifier because the referee played on the second team for the club that they played against.
So
this referee is done. So he did the March. So in 2025, he did March 9th, Sacramento, New Mexico United, 2-1 win, which there was 8 yellow cards, 1 red card.
Shitty red card, yes. Oh, fudge.
So he did that. He did the September 11th, New Mexico United, Detroit City 4-0 win, which there were 5 yellow cards. And then on the 21st, he did San Antonio, Orange County, 3-1 win for San Antonio and only 2 yellow cards, which San Antonio is one of those teams where they either get a lot of yellow cards or they play a little bit clean, depending on the team. But he has done 3 matches between the 2 clubs. 2, 5, so averaged probably about 5, 6 yellow cards a game. On the year, he's only given 3 red cards.
So when I Google him, the first article that pops up is he was named the MLS Next Pro Referee of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 links down, there's a Reddit post called Amateur Officiating. And it says, edit, just realized that this is Joshua Encarnacion. He's never called a good game in his life. No idea how he has a license to ref at this level.
Yeah.
And so,
but it looks like he averages, and of course it depends on how the game's played. It looks like he averages about between 3 to 5 yellow cards a game. There was 2 games where he gave 8, which one was the Sacramento, New Mexico. One was El Paso, Rhode Island, which there were 8 yellow cards for that here. But so to me, assuming that depending on how the teams play, and we know both teams play physical, depending on what they allow for that here, it seems like he's not somebody that's just going to go card happy. For that here, just because there are some referees that do typically go card happy. Does not seem like he is one of them.
I don't care about the cards. I care about the whistles. We have struggled when there have been a lot of whistles and plays gotten choppy and broken up.
Mm-hmm.
We like to possess the ball. We like to move the ball. We like to feel that flow of the game. And when there's been a lot of whistles, we have struggled mightily. And so hopefully less yellow cards means less whistles as well. So
there's going to be a lot of whistles on this one, though. Come on.
No, it's
a playoff game. This is the 4th time that San Antonio is playing New Mexico. I don't think either team likes each other right now, during the 90 minutes, for obvious reasons.
Mhm.
I do think this is going to be more physical. And Seth is right. This year, New Mexico is more physical for it here. So they are more equipped to handle the physicality of San Antonio, though San Antonio is not the San Antonio of Marcina, where they did the foolishness. They do typically play a little bit more control with it, but there are times, I'll admit Mitch Tainer, Jorge Hernandez, there's a Nicky Hernandez at times, which you guys know, can lose their cool a little bit, depending on how the engagement is, I guess is a nice way to say it, between the two teams. But yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah. All right. I apologize. It says Sharknadoes FC. It's Sharktopus FC. Sharktopus FC. This kit is amazing. I love this kit. And I love their tagline here. All proceeds go toward funding our dreams of beating Inter Miami in the 2025 U.S. Open Cup.
My guess is Seth will wear that kit on the podcast before he wears a United gear. That's my guess.
All three other. They have 3 kits. Ooh, I want to see this.
Dude, everybody's got kits now. Come on, dude.
Oh, I know. I know, but those are cool. I like that.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah.
Justin says
Good one.
Roswell FC. Well, while I'm looking this up, so yeah, there are predictions for the quarterfinals of the USL Championship playoffs. Anyone have any closing thoughts? Any wild comments? Any wild predictions?
I was going to say, don't forget to vote for fan choices.
Oh yeah,
I think best newcomer, MVP, and Somos Unidos.
Yeah, I don't think it's called Somos Unidos anymore. I think it's community something, but yeah.
There is no media vote again this year, which is disappointing.
So be a fan, Seth.
Yeah,
see,
the last one is pretty cool.
Yeah. I will say I liked how the media had a vote a couple years ago, but I don't know why I did. Of course, it probably just came down to us and Ken.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why they did away with it. But yeah, go for that. At some point, the club will be doing something for Kalen and his retirement. I don't know when. The club is still trying to figure that out because
I'm telling you, golden helmet giveaway.
Yeah, because I don't know. I mean, I would hate for them to miss out on an opportunity to do something at a home match, but
Yeah.
at this point, you've only got the one, so I don't know. I don't know what you do in that case, but anyway, that's all that I have. Anybody, any closing thoughts?
No, just thoughts to Earl and his family. I did see that post on Facebook. I know he's been part of the show's history right here. So much love to him and his family. Also, just take care of each other. And, I know I always talk about suicide prevention. If you do need to talk, I know whether it's our show, your show, anybody's show, typically reach out to somebody to discuss. And please let me out of this hoodie because, in San Antonio, it is not cold. But, like I said here, since this is a New Mexico show in the mountain time zone, I had to represent.
We're not holding a gun to your head, Harry. You don't have to wear the hoodie. You didn't have a hoodie when we came on.
Oh, but you look so cozy.
Dude, I have to fit in. Come on. It's, Seth has a level of standards. And when everybody else put on their hoodies and stuff, I was like, I have to up my game too. I can't be in shorts. Well, I am in shorts. So to be fair, I am in shorts. You guys are probably all in pants or, PJs.
You'll never know.
Stuff.
You'll never know, Harry. You'll never know.
Thank goodness.
And Harry, if you wanted to fit in, you needed to go get some Atlanta gear.
Harry,
I do notice that he never wears Falcons gear. Have you ever noticed that?
I have a jersey. I've got a Matt Ryan jersey back there.
You never wear it though.
No, I don't know. Because
Yeah,
that team,
there,
I
there
don't
we
know.
go. Yeah,
I don't know
no,
what to think about that team. They're so Jekyll and Hyde. Like, anyway, that's a whole other discussion. By the way, Harry, Jacob owes us some swag.
Harry probably forgot.
I owe you guys swag.
Sharktopus?
No,
No, Jacob owes us swag.
Oh,
I owe you and Seth swag from last year's finals bet where I bet on Rhode Island.
oh.
Harry's like, whatever. What me and the
Hey, for mine, the youngster that's came on a couple of times that you've been trying to, if you'll give him something for me,
yeah. Okay.
if that's a fair play, or
Aw.
somebody locally, some youngster for that here.
So what I was gonna do, Harry, was we found out when we were talking to the Rhode Island guys last week that I don't think we specified what kit. And so we came up with a Temu Messi jersey that is spelled with a Y instead of an I. And so figured that'd be doable. But no, that we'll figure that out later. But anybody got anything else?
No.
Yes, that's why you bringing up old dirt on Jacob, dude. Come on.
Because he was
There's a reason why I'm the president of the Jacob fan club, and I don't bring up stuff like that. We let that go.
He was reminded last week, I think is the only reason why he brought it up. But cool. Well, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Josh, Justin, Andrew, Jane, Mama Christina, aka Rosemary, was over there a little bit. I think Eric was over there. Andy was over there. I think that's about it. If I missed you, I apologize.
We had a new face. What was her name?
Andrew.
Who's going to play nice?
Oh, yeah.
Maria Elena.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you guys. Linda was over in the chat again. Thank you guys all so much for being over in the chat. You guys make it fun. If you're watching this later, why would be my first question. Two, if you're watching on YouTube, please.
Because we're a 2-hour show. Come on, dude.
Not usually. You did that. That was all you. Anyways, subscribe on YouTube so you can find our stuff a little bit easier. If you're listening on a podcast player of your choice, damn it, Harry, what?
So here's what I'm going to do to be able to promote it here. And if you need me to help contribute, you're 9 subscribers away from 100. Whoever, if you want to give away, my portion of the kit or whatever to a random person of the 100 subscribers, there you go, buddy. See, I'm trying to help promote the show.
I appreciate that. You could have done that off air, so now nobody's expecting it. Anyway,
now you have to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, if you're listening at a later date on the podcast player of your choice, please rate and review us over there. Seth, Christina, Harry, thank you guys so much for coming on, spending 2 hours. Christina's been yawning since minute 1, so I know she
Yes.
she is fighting a good fight to be here. But we're here, playoffs. It's been a long season, but it feels like it went by relatively quickly. October flew by, guys. I don't know where the hell October went, but I'm excited. One of us, at least one of us 4, will be happy after Saturday. I believe all 3 of us. No, Seth, you have your kids, huh? So me and Christina at least will be at the lab. Seth will try his best. Harry will not make the trip, but Christina and I will be out there. We will have stickers. Find us. Did Christina freeze or did I freeze?
She froze.
Okay, that's let's remove her because that's not a great. Anyways, we'll figure out what she was gonna say. Surely she'll. Oh, there she is. She is unfrozen. Okay, Christina, what did you say?
I can hang out at halftime at the top of the section that you take down to the pitch. I don't know what section that is, though.
Cool.
Below 205. 105?
115? 115, I think is
115?
But But yeah, and then I'll be on the pitch. So if you're in the supporter section or something like that, flag me down. I won't ignore you, Justin. You're the one that usually ignores me. But hey, Harry, I'm dragging this out just because you typed that in there. No. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back next week, hopefully talking about moving on, hopefully talking about another home playoff match if we're lucky enough. But if not, it'll still be fine. We'll go kick Sacramento's ass in Sacramento. Thank you guys so much. Until next week, Somos Nidos. Love y'all.